Sowore reacts to P2B's visit to Babangida, Abdul Salam, and blasts ex-military leaders. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. The African Action Congress AAC presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore on Sunday criticized the Labour Party presidential flag bearer P2B over his visits to former military leaders Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida and Abubakar Abdul Salam in Minna, Niger State. Obi and his running mate Dati Baba Ahmed visited the former leaders as part of their consultation with eminent Nigerians ahead of the 2023 general elections. The former Anambra State governor confirmed the development on his Twitter handle on Sunday night. He wrote, "Today, my running mate Dr. Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed and I visited President Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, GCFR, at his home in Minna. He received us warmly and we had insightful conversation on the state of affairs in our country. It was a pleasure and honor for me and my running mate Dr. Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed to be hosted by Nigeria's military president, General Abdul Salami Abubakar, GCFR, at his home in Minna today. General Abubakar Abdul Salami is a true statesman with an abiding love for Nigeria who failed our hope for a better future." Sowore, who reacted to the visit orders verified Twitter handle, accused the two former heads of state of sabotaging Nigeria's progress. He accused the two men of plotting to ruin the country further by trying to hand it over to Obi next year. They robbed Nigeria blind, they murdered its citizens, they sabotaged its aspirations for greatness, and now they are hanging precursors to laugh, yet they want to hand the country over to their pretenses, accomplices, minions and cronies, the activist roots. I don't understand you. Was Obi in the military, when Abdul Salam and IBB was ruling? Because he gave it said Obi was a former military person. Because I know could clear this accusation now. You don't understand me. What does it mean by the accomplices? What does it mean by that? This kind of thing, I would like they make an ask. So if they give me the stage an interview, I would like to ask somebody what exactly he meant, to understand where he's coming from. Sowore is mentally unstable. That is too harsh. I've said it before. If you want to air your views, air your views. No matter what is being said about your favorite, no matter what is said about your candidate, you have to find civilized ways to air your opinions and your views. For speaking evil about P2B's ward consultation for 2023, he, Sowore, is part of a contestant. Let him start his own consultations. Nobody hold anybody, okay? Most Nigerian politicians are mentally ill. Ibrahim Babangida, who was an apparent enemy of democracy in 1993, now made a most consulted political record in Nigeria ahead of every election, despite the humongous destruction it cost the country during his reign as head of the military junta. Let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. No matter, how am I going to put it now? No matter how bad we think these people are, I would say it, are these people still ruling today? People they rule today, are they getting it right? To me, I think, if you think, what will these people show? I would ask, even if they're not going to come out and say, okay, you said they did not do anything good. You understand? Which I don't think is possible. At least if it is a sector, they will say they did. Now, if you're saying, okay, what they did is very little, the good they did, I think they're going to be able to tell Obi, CEO, the road will follow, not follow. Are you understanding me? There is nobody that does not have one or two things to give. And I didn't Obi no consults now. Then go still say Obi no consults. Now if they meet these people now, they still they complain. Like I said, even if they feel they cannot, what is it going to? What is going to learn from those people? Me, I strongly feel you go tell them, look at how we did when we were there. Now we're out. They can see better. They can see better. A past leader can see better. He will have the regrets of I didn't sign no. I for do I'm like this. He can now tell it to the person that is going to be see the things where I regret what I no do. I see the ones where I do. I beg no follow this road. That is how I see it. All right. At least it's part of the electorate, or won't he cast his own vote? Unless Sowore is very arrogant, you can't just win the local government chairman. Go and rest. Why is Sowore always critical of P2B? Ask me, oh. It baffles me that somebody who is a youth will be envying P2B is working hard to wrest some power from these old politicians who have stolen us dry and weaponized poverty as a tool to use in continuously holding impoverished Nigerians down. Sowore is supposed to join hands with P2B to rescue Nigeria rather than playing the spoiler role, which has so far portrayed him in a bad light to all patriotic Nigerians. He should desist from his wrongdoings. A word is enough for the wise. Okay? Please, how is P2B an accomplice? Are you sure you're not? See, I have asked this question. Had it been I was going to be given 10 minutes to speak to him, I will ask him to explain how P2B is an accomplice, how P2B is a crony, how he puts it. The plenty grammar when you speak. Alright, Sowore, you're still a little boy when IBB favored OBJ against Alex Ekweme, who was then the people's choice. Did you kick against that? P2B and his vice paid homage to IBB and you're crying. Why? Anyway, a bad workman always quarrels with his tools. What else do you expect from this Sahara news publisher and Yoruba descent who sees P2B's rapidly growing popularity for the top job? Who sees PGU as the greater threat to his faded fraudulence? Oh my goodness. And presidential flag bearer is fraudulent and killer. Okay, it is fraudulent ambition. Please, I've said this before. Make a day mindful of in our words, I beg. Says the person who campaigned rigorously for this present government in 2013. Sowore is unfit for a local government chancellor. Wow. Sowore will never smell the presidency with this kind of politics of bitterness and jealousy. Always attacking personality instead of issues. This is infantile politics. That Sowore, on whatever he calls himself, should be rehabilitated. You don't do too much. You don't need. I advise Sowore to exhibit some level of maturity. There is nothing wrong for candidates to visit any person or group of friends they deem fit for consultation. Sowore should know that politics is dynamic and eclectic. Don't see anybody as a permanent enemy. Like I said, look, those people that you're going to visit, they are in their old age. I don't want to believe that they are not having a rethink of the life they live at this point in time, and they are not going to want to do better. So like I said, since they no longer have the opportunity to come out and contest again, their time don't go, they say don't go. At least they're going to be able to say, this area, that area, this area should be areas you're going to be looking at as a presidential candidate. You understand? Or yes, if you get there, this and that are what you should be doing. Alright. The radical youth wants reasonable change and growth has spoken. The only candidate stands for a radical departure from the past. Continue to tell them the truth. Alright, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of it.